it is important that we define our main exercises, and I'd like to call this defining our big five. Hey everybody, I thought I would chat with you guys and gals a little bit about this today. Yes, this is a topic I do discuss every month or two, every couple of months, because I think it's kind of a good concept to work with. And what I mean by that is that we should have 5 foundational exercises that you use to build your muscle, to build your strength, to do all these things. And they should be considered important parts of your training that you never rotate out for any extended period of time. And again, you're looking for the exercises that are going to give you usually the most bang for your buck, the exercises that you're going to be able to observe your progress on. And you'll notice throughout this video, I have me doing some work sets with my personal big 5. Now, I obviously do a lot of other exercises. I mean, I do at least 4 different delta exercises every single week. But those can really rotate a lot. So really for me, my big 5 are the big 3, the squat, bench, and the deadlift, weighted pull-ups, or at least some variation of weighted pull-ups, and barbell curls. And yes, the barbell curl one may seem a little bit funny, but that's the thing with a big 5. A big 5, when you have them, can always be used to work a favorite body part or something that you know is an amazing exercise, but a basic exercise still that can fill in the gaps in your musculature. And you know, for me, arms are something that I neglected a lot when I was doing more minimalist type strength training, particularly when I was focused on competitive powerlifting and just being as strong as possible. Right, when you guys saw me squatting like 600, pulling over 600, I didn't always worry about physique and stuff. I was also heavier and fatter. So for me, the reason I've chosen these big 5, and in my case, and I think everyone should do this, is they need to be kind of specific to you, your history, what you're doing, what you're comfortable with. Because I have a history in powerlifting, both as a competitor, a coach, and even a judge, I'm really comfortable with the big 3. Okay, I do consider them to be bodybuilding exercises still when this topic comes up and people are like, well, you're training mostly for your physique now, you're working on a better physique. But the big 3, the power lifts, have always been bodybuilding exercises. So we need to be very clear on that. When people bring that up, plenty of top-level bodybuilders have focused a lot on the big 3, including many Mr. Olympias. Okay, definitely including many people who are making the top 10 at the Olympia for generations. Okay, we're talking all the way back to Arnold and Franco Columbu. Even Reg Park, before IFBB was even formed, he was a big proponent of the big 3. He did them all the time and he was super strong. So, and then I'll discuss why I have the other 2. So in my case, I like these because they're exercises that work most of the muscles in the body. Those 3 exercises probably work 80 to 90% of the muscle fibers through your entire body just when those 3 are done, okay? And I really do mean that. They can build a tremendous base on you, particularly if you've performed them more bodybuilding style. So notice that like my benching there, it's not as strong as what you guys have seen me doing powerlifting style, but it's bodybuilder, so I'm using it to build my chest. Helps with triceps, but it's definitely a pec builder the way I'm doing it. You know, all my squats and deadlifts are all done beltless now, which is, again, for me, more difficult. But when you look at those lifts, they're loadable. We have tons of data on them. I have basically decades of experience coaching them. So I like to use those as part of my foundational lifts. And I'm not saying you have to do that, but there have been other bodybuilders who've done the same sort of thing, who are a little more minimalist stuff. They push those really hard. And I'm not promoting minimalism here. Again, keep in mind, I do multiple isolation exercises for my delts and biceps every week. Okay, I'm not promoting minimalism. I'm saying a lot of people have. All right, squat works the quads, biggest muscle in the body. It is a massive glute builder, one of the best glute builders. Works abductors, works calves, works a lot of stabilizers through the trunk, right? It's a great core exercise. Again, a lot of muscles of the back get used. The deadlift, glutes and hamstrings, straight up. It will build your posterior chain, arguably on a set-for-set basis, just as well, if not better than almost any other exercise you can come up with. It builds forearms, it builds grip, it builds traps, it builds erectors, can help with your quads and adductors, much of your core and trunk musculature. Arguably, if you're a noob, it will probably build half the muscles in your upper body too. This has been demonstrated in at least one study. Just the deadlift only being done, upper body muscle mass went up substantially in untrained lifters, only using just the deadlift. Okay? It's an all-around fantastic builder. Bench press. We go off the data and biomechanics and stuff, it is probably one of the best, at least top 3 chest exercises. Works the delts, front delts particularly well. Works the triceps, particularly the heads of the triceps most associated with pressing, not your shoulder extension. A great exercise. Performed correctly, it is easily loadable, can be very safe, again, if you know how to perform it and load it correctly. And these can all be done with just barbells and minimal equipment. All right, what do I have after that? Pull-ups. Pull-ups are one of the best overall upper body exercises you can do. I like to do them weighted. I would say they are probably close to, if not the best, lat exercise you can do. I'm not saying any one exercise is the best, but I don't think you will find a single other exercise that will beat it for lat stimulation. Works the traps pretty well, particularly the mid to lower, rhomboids, rear delts, biceps, forearms, grip. Okay. Posterior delts get hammered pretty good on that. So you have a lot of shoulder work just between the bench and the pull-up. I'm not saying that's all you should ever do, but they will get your delts growing overall. Okay. Again, another fantastic forearm and grip exercise. I feel almost like if you do enough deadlifts and pull-ups, your forearms are going to be massive no matter what. Then I throw in the barbell curl. Why? Because it's a great bicep exercise, but it also does work some of the shoulder musculature. But in my case, biceps have historically been a bit of a problem. I've also tore a bicep many years ago, over 20 years ago now, deadlifting. So again, biceps have been an issue, and I feel like having just big, strong biceps will help balance my physique more, helps protect me from certain types of injuries, helps stabilize my bench pressing. And because they don't get worked as well as most of the other muscles in the upper body on these other 4 lifts, because I'm doing pull-ups, not necessarily chin-ups, I feel like the barbell curl just really brings a lot to the table for me, right? And when I do it strict, like you guys see me doing, my arms have finally started improving. Now, I do really like preacher curls a lot, and I do those too, but my basic lift is going to be the barbell curl. So when you look at these, most of the muscles of the body, over 90% of the muscles of the body are being worked extremely well, of all the muscle tissue available with these 5 exercises. Now, I still do other movements for all those muscles, and I definitely throw a bunch of extra shoulder work in, tricep work. I do all those things. I like incline benching a lot. But again, these are my big 5. These are kind of my foundational lifts that I use as metrics of where I am in terms of overall progress. And they're my fallbacks that if I don't do anything else in a week, if something happens, if I can at least do these 5 movements, I'll be okay. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.